Senior Moments, sponsored by the Empowering Seniors Group on News Talk KVNU, 102 FM and 610 AM.
And good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Senior Moments Show. My name is Bryce Patton, here with the fabulous and very chipper by the smile on your face, Sid Roeder. Well, how are you today?
Chipper.
That's excellent. That's 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, that's how I am. I'm on a roll here.
That is excellent. Well, we have a wonderful guest with us today, someone that hasn't been on here before. But before we dive into that, you want to tell us about our sponsor?
Absolutely. Our sponsor is the Empowering Seniors Group, which is a group of professionals that have dedicated their time and effort to provide information to seniors, their family members, caretakers, and all the wonderful people that listen to us every Saturday morning. If you'd like to learn more about the Empowering Seniors Group, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info, or you can email us at empoweringseniors.cv@gmail.com, and the CV stands for Cache Valley. And lastly, if you have any suggestions for the show, anyone you would like to see us invite, you can reach me personally at 435-512-6406.
Oh, thank you for doing that. Awesome. We have Dr. Heather Jensen, audiologist at House of Hearing, with us today. Welcome to the show, Heather.
Hello, thank you. Excited to be here.
Yeah, we're excited. Well, would you mind just starting off, tell us a little bit about yourself, kind of what you do, how you got into, and why you wanted to get into audiology?
Most people go into audiology because they have a family member or somebody with hearing loss. My story is a little bit different. I actually started in 1993 when I responded to an ad to be a telemarketer for the House of Hearing, and it was a summer job. I had no idea what it was going to be like making phone calls to people with hearing loss, especially when your name is Heather from House of Hearing, which is very hard to hear. And so after working for the summer doing telemarketing, they actually said, would you like to be the receptionist up at the front office? And so started there and realized I actually really liked engaging with the patients, working with them. I started working with the hearing aids, and one day the owner said, come on in here and you can work with me with the patient. And she was cleaning out earwax. And I said, this is so exciting. And she said, this doesn't gross you out. I said, no, I think this is so neat that we just cleaned out this person's ears and they hear so much better. She said, if you like working with adults, you don't mind earwax, you don't mind touching hearing aids, I think you should become an audiologist. And so that's actually how I got interested in audiology and changed my major and graduated from University of Utah in audiology. So that's kind of a non-traditional start to my audiology career.
Oh, that's a fabulous story right there. Yeah, that's one I've never heard. That's fantastic. So then you went to school. How long is the schooling for that?
So audiology, it's a doctoral degree. So 4 years undergrad, 4-year doctorate. And then when I went to school, because I'm a little bit older, it was actually a master's degree. And so after I got my master's, I actually bought House of Hearing and owned it. And after owning it for several years, they came out with a doctoral degree and said, now this is the degree. And so I went back to school while owning the business, had 2 boys a year apart. It was kind of a little bit of a crazy time. So I got in some extra years of schooling, but now the students are able to just do undergrad, and then Utah State and University of Utah both have the AUD program is what it is, audiology doctorate.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, so I'm curious, like, what kind of the population that you see most coming in and dealing with hearing issues?
So audiologists treat infants the whole lifespan. I specialize in adults. So I'm mostly seeing people with noise-induced hearing loss, age-induced hearing loss, just kind of throughout their lives, they're starting to realize, I'm not understanding as much as I used to. And so I don't deal a lot with infections or balance problems, but audiologists do that as well, tinnitus. So audiologists, cochlear implants, there's a lot of different things that audiologists work with, but I'm kind of an adult specialist. That's what I love. I love helping people, connecting them to their families, communicating with them, kind of bringing them back with their families with communication.
So with audiology, is there, like, I remember when I got my first set of glasses and the eye doctor told me it's typical that at 40 you get your first set of glasses, and I felt cheated because I was 39. Is there a typical age bracket where hearing loss occurs?
Well, causes of hearing loss, exposure to loud noise, illness, heredity, natural aging. So a lot of it really depends on how much noise you've been exposed to and how much family heredity you have. But we usually recommend everybody starting at age 50 has an annual hearing test. You know, you get your eyes tested, you get your go to the dentist every year. So it's a good idea to have a hearing test as well. The sad thing is we've tried to do so much in the world of hearing conservation and protecting your hearing and wearing earplugs when you're out. Anything louder than a lawnmower, even mowing the lawn or louder, you should be wearing hearing protection. Unfortunately, what's happened over the last several years is all these earbuds and teenagers. Now we have 1 in 5 teenagers that are experiencing hearing loss, which we have never had before. But because they're wearing their earbuds all the time and the noise is so loud, so close to the eardrum going into the cochlea, it's starting to affect that even more. So it'll be interesting as time goes on. That age of 50 may actually be dropping.
Wow, and that's all just because they're listening to their headphones too loud.
Yes, and it depends on how long you're listening. So a loud sound, if you're only listening to it for 10 seconds, 15 seconds, the longer you listen to it, if you're on a jet airplane, 8 minutes is going to be too long. But because they're listening to it so many hours a day, and, if you can hear somebody else's music coming out of their earbud, it's too loud. It's causing damage, and they're doing that. I mean, you see them. They're listening to that music all the time. So, yes.
Now, does that even count, even at low volumes, just because it's a constant?
And now, Apple, they have it on your phone where it's saying this is too loud.
Yeah.
So if you set those regulations, you don't go above that, you're going to be okay. It's when you get too loud that it becomes an issue.
Okay.
Wonderful.
So turn it down.
Yeah, really.
We're already coming up on our first break here in a hurry, so there is just maybe enough time to mention the phone number in case somebody has a question or wants to set up an appointment.
Yes, so House of Hearing here in Logan, you can reach us at 435-258-6511.
Thank you. This is the Senior Moment Show. Again, we are sponsored by the Empowering Seniors Group. If you'd like to learn more about the Empowering Seniors, you can do so online at empowering.info. We're going to take a short break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Tyler. Recently, my father passed away, and White Pine provided the funeral services for our family. They were friendly, thoughtful, and attentive to every detail. It isn't often that a loved one passes away, so it was very important to my family that everything be handled just right. Because my dad was loved by so many people, we had a lot of family and friends that traveled from out of town. I really appreciate how White Pine Funeral Services made sure everyone was comfortable and that the focus was where it needed to be, on my dad and my family. They really took care of us during this tender time.
White Pine Funeral Services, here when you need us most.
Picture this. Your family's locked in court, fighting over your home and your assets because there was no plan. Don't let probate decide your future. I'm attorney Justin Wall with Wall Estate Solutions. Stay in control with wills, trusts, and smart planning that keeps your family out of court and your wishes protected. Get peace of mind today. Visit wallestate.law or call 435-294-0346. That's 435-294-0346. Your legacy, your plan.
Need a helping hand? The Bear River Association of Governments, also known as BRAG, is here for you.
They assist seniors with in-home services, provide utility bill relief through the HEAT program, and offer rental assistance to keep you housed.
Need help with tax prep? Their experts ensure you get the refund you deserve. And for veterans, they're here to connect you with the benefits you've earned.
BRAG is your local resource for a stronger today and a more secure future. Call today or visit brag.utah.gov.
Did you know 1 in 3 people will visit a nursing home? Did you know that once there, they will stay there for an average of 3 years? Did you also know there are insurance options that can help cover this experience? Hi, I'm Tracy Ferris with Blue Water Health Insurance. It's not cheap to stay in a full-fledged nursing home. Long-term care insurance can help you or a loved one get the care they need and deserve. If you wait until you need it, you may be too late. Give me a call at 435-890-8155.
Getting around your home should be easy and safe. At RT Med Mobile, they provide wheelchairs, stair lifts, ramps, and electric lift chairs to help seniors maintain independence and comfort. Their friendly team offers free in-home consultations to find the perfect solution for you or your loved one. Locally owned and here to help, call 435-260-6171 today. RT Med Mobile, because your mobility matters.
And welcome back to the Senior Moments Show. My name is Bryce Patton here with Sid Roeder, and we've actually been speaking with Dr. Heather Jensen, audiologist over at House of Hearing. You know, it was pretty interesting. I've thought about the earbuds and how the kids use that so much, which so super interesting. So thank you for sharing that. But I was also thinking, like, what kind of symptoms or kind of trigger things? If somebody is sitting there thinking, hey, I can't hear as well, or hey, I used to be able to do this, what kind of things should trigger to, hey, they need to come in and see an audiologist and get checked out?
Good question. Hearing loss happens gradually, and so a lot of times people don't even realize what they are missing out on. And, you know, kind of like your eyesight, I always compare it to people understand eyesight when it's like, wait a minute, you know, I have to put this pill bottle farther and farther away in order for me to be able to see it, until you get to the point where it's like, okay, I can't get this any farther away and I can't see it. But sometimes you don't realize how bad your eyes are. I remember it as a restaurant and struggling with the menu, and one of my friends handed me some readers and I said, oh, I don't need those. And she said, just put them on. And all of a sudden I thought, this is what the menu is supposed to look like, because it happened gradually. And that's the same way with hearing. If it happens overnight, people are in a panic because they realize everything that they're missing out on. But because it happens gradually, you don't realize, oh, I used to be able to hear, you know, my grandchild crying down the hall or the rain, you know, on the roof. I forgot that that was even there. I didn't realize that I was missing it. A lot of people, because we start to lose our hearing in the high frequencies, most of the time they just say, my wife mumbles, my coworkers mumble, they're just not speaking clearly, the announcer on TV doesn't have a good voice. It's very common to think it's everyone around me. Naturally, we just want to think that, especially if it's a nice quiet room, people looking right at you, you know what we're talking about. Most people are okay. But unfortunately, that's not how we live in the real world. When there's background noise, several people talking, people look away, you're getting bits and pieces of the words, so people think, well, I can still hear. It's an understanding problem. So it's mixing it up. It's thinking they said one thing and answering the question, and then people are looking at you like, what did you just answer? Because that is not what I asked you. It's a lot of frustrated communication between coworkers, spouses, children, where it's like, that's not what I said, or you just keep saying, what? So if you're starting to cut back, saying, I no longer want to go to family events, I'm not going out to restaurants, I'm not going to church, very common with hearing loss for people to pull back. It leads to depression because people start to cut off and stop doing those things because it's frustrating to them. So usually with hearing loss, you miss the beginnings of words, endings of words. So, you know, if I said, oh, I just got these new shoes, they're a size 7, the shoe should fit. Okay, the shoe should fit. But if you have a hearing loss, you will only hear the ooh, would, it. You don't hear the SH, TH, F sounds. So if somebody says the ooh, would, it, you're like, that could be heard 100 different things. Or you just say, I don't know what they're talking about. I feel uncomfortable. I just want to go away. So that's what happens, is you're still getting the ooh, would, it, but you feel kind of left out because you don't know that they're saying the shoe should fit.
So why is it so important to maybe recognize it early and get some help there?
Because with hearing loss, there are consequences of untreated hearing loss. One of the problems with hearing loss is it doesn't cause any pain. There's not any physical showing. Your ears aren't bleeding. It's not something where people are saying, I have got to get this taken care of today. And actually, 1 in 5 Americans experience hearing loss. Unfortunately, about 80% don't do anything about it. It actually takes, on average, between the onset of hearing loss and seeking professional help, it takes about 5 to 7 years. What happens in those 5 to 7 years is you start to lose a lot of your ability to understand. It's like a muscle. What you don't use, you lose. You've lost, if you haven't done, you haven't walked for 7 years, you're not going to just start running a marathon. So when you lose that ability to understand over time, even if then we give you your hearing back, it is harder for the brain to understand what is happening. They have done a lot of research in the last couple of years about cognitive decline. And there's now a lot of links with adults with untreated hearing loss are experiencing a 30 to 40% faster decline in cognitive abilities. So it's not causing Alzheimer's, but adults with untreated hearing loss are more likely to develop dementia. And so by treating that, by wearing hearing aids, by getting those sounds back into the brain and the brain processing everything as it should hear it, then that is going to reduce that. So that's why it is important when you start to notice that there's really no reason to wait. People put it off. It's not going to go away. Hearing loss contributes to sleep disorders. It actually also affects your balance. And people, even with mild hearing loss, are 3 times more likely to have a history of falling. So there's all of these risks, there's all of these side effects. And so by putting those off, you're just increasing those side effects.
Now, is getting a hearing aid is that the only treatment for this, or is there other treatments or symptoms that might be contributing to the hearing loss that might be an easier fix?
Depends on the type of hearing loss that you have. There are certain types of hearing loss where, it's infection, it's something that's happening where you need surgery. Most of what we're seeing with the adult population is sensory neural hearing loss, inner ear damage, and then yes, hearing aids or a cochlear implant are the thing that is going to help you. Now, sometimes it's just earwax. And that's great. And I love cleaning out earwax. And so you can come in, I can take a look in your ears, and we'll know very quickly. I even have a camera so you can see exactly what's happening in your ear. If it is earwax that's blocking, so the sound isn't able to get to the eardrum, we can clean that out. But most of the time, it is hearing aids that are going to help you.
So I'm wondering, because I had that case in my family, if you have any good advice, because my father was losing his hearing and we pushed him to go see an audiologist for years and he didn't. Any good advice on how to speak to your family to go?
Getting their attention first, saying their name, talking right to them. Talking slower rather than louder. If you think about it like a foreign language, if you don't understand Spanish, me yelling at you isn't going to help. But if you know a few words in Spanish and you say them slower, it is going to help. Rewording a sentence instead of saying it the same way over and over, because just like the example I gave before, if you reword it, you might get some of those speech sounds that they're able to hear better. So, but definitely trying to communicate face-to-face is always going to be best.
That's great. We are at our second break here. This is the Senior Moment Show. Again, we're going to take a short break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Are you tired of feeling unwell and not knowing why? At Next Level Health and Wellness, we hear you. We specialize in uncovering the root causes of your discomfort, whether it's gut health, hormone imbalances, or emotional and mental blocks. With personalized plans, advanced lab testing, and evidence-based holistic nutrition practices, we guide you toward lasting health and wholeness. Awaken your healing potential with a team that listens, understands, and supports you wherever you are. Visit nextlevelhw.com to start your journey to feeling better today.
You have a lot of options when it comes to buying or selling a home. Do you list it online, sell it yourself, or do you have a realtor help? It's a major financial and emotional decision. A realtor is the liaison between buyers and sellers and really helps you navigate complex contracts, deadlines, and disclosures.
Hi, this is Sid Roeder with Achievement Realty. I work for you to get the best outcome for your situation. Let me earn your trust with a free consultation and a free market analysis. Call me today at at 512-6406. Then list it, sell it, and move on.
It's tough knowing how to care for an aging parent. Mom has always been there for me, but now I need to be there for her. When we found out she needed surgery, I wondered how I could attend to her needs and still be mom to my kids. I was so relieved to learn about transitional rehab at Maple Springs in North Logan. From the nurses to the physical therapists, it was like their whole staff was focused on helping Mom get better. Maple Springs in North Logan was an answer to my prayers.
Learn more at maplespringsnorthlogan.com or call 753-9400.
This is Oliver with Cache Valley Pharmacy. We're working with Cache Valley's own Focus Pharmacology and CacheMedical.org to help you lose weight the right way with supplements that support your weight loss journey and easy telehealth appointments from the comfort of your own home. When you think weight loss, think Cache Valley Pharmacy, your partner for a healthier, more confident you. Visit us at CacheValleyPharmacy.com or go to CacheMedical.org to start your weight loss journey today.
Hi, this is Bruce with Comfort Care. One of the ways we help loved ones stay in their home is by assisting with daily tasks. These may include bathing, meal preparation, medication reminders, and housekeeping. We even help with shopping, transportation, and errands. Most of all, we offer a trusted level of care. Let us help you live your best life possible with Comfort Care. This is Bruce, and you can call me at 754-7676. Comfort Care, 754-7676.
And welcome back to the Senior Moments Show. My name is Bryce Patton here with Sid Roeder, and we've been talking with Dr. Heather Jensen, audiologist at House of Hearing. You've been telling us a ton of information about, hearing and different things. So if anyone is curious or wants to set up an appointment to come talk to you, what's a good place to call, or if they have questions, what's that contact information?
Yes, you can call us at 435-258-6511. You can also find us online at www.thehouseofhearing.com. We're located here in Logan at 1550 North, 400 East, number 101. So it's just right across from the rehab center. They're just north of 1400.
Perfect. Over the break, we talked a little bit about memories on old hearing aids and what people remember their grandparents adjusting that big clunky thing on their ear. Tell us a little bit about what has changed and should make it more enticing, not to scare away from it.
Yes, hearing aids, definitely technology has improved dramatically. In the 30 years I've been doing this, it's amazing to see the changes that have happened. And now hearing aids connect you to your TV, to your phone, computers. So you no longer have to even pick up your phone to answer it. You can actually answer it right on your hearing aid. Talk to people through the hearing aid, hang up, listen to your audiobook, stream music. And so the hearing aids are even doing more for you than just increasing the sound. But also, instead of the older hearing aids, a lot of people are scared. They remember, like you said, their grandma turning it up, turning it down, having it whistle. It used to just turn everything up, everything down. The hearing aids now, we do everything on the computer. It's all digital, so we're just turning up the sounds that you need. Most people, they don't need the backgrounds made any louder. We're not going to turn those up. We're just going to turn up the frequencies that you're missing. We can set different programs. You have an app on your phone so that then if you have a church setting, you are in church, you change it to your church setting. You can turn it up, you can turn it down on your phone, not turning everything up, but you can turn up just the high frequencies, turn down the low frequencies. So you don't have to do any of that at all if you don't want to, because the hearing aid will do it all automatically as well. It's constantly sampling the environment, saying this is noise, these are voices, this is what we want to turn up, and this is what we don't. So there's been so many advancements that I don't want people to think, oh, it's just an amplifier and it's going to turn up everything I don't want to hear. No, it's not your own ears. You're not going to hear like you were 12 again, but it's definitely going to get you hearing those sounds that you've been missing and getting your understanding increased.
Now that kind of sounds a little complicated. Is there, do you help people set up those settings and walk them through? Because I know sometimes I get an app and I'm like, oh, dang, I don't even want to dive into this.
Absolutely. And that's why with hearing aids, it's not just the technology, it's also this partnership that you have with your audiologist. A lot of people think, oh, it's just like glasses. I put them on and I forget about it. No, I have you continually come back into the office, helping you, setting goals, setting communication, a custom treatment plan. This is all part of what I do with fitting the hearing aids. Some patients say, I don't even want to touch my phone. I don't want to worry about that, and you don't have to. Other patients say, yes, I'm listening to, my audiobook all day long. This is very important to me. Teach me how to do this. So working with them on Bluetooth, making sure that they're appropriately fit with the hearing aid, and then any of these extras that they want to work on, yes, I help with all of that. So that's why it's important that you find an audiologist that will work with you, because hearing is not the same as seeing. You don't always want to hear everything that's out there. So it takes time, and gradually increasing that hearing aid over time as you get used to all those different sounds.
So can the hearing aid recognize individual family members and tune out particular people for you?
We're not quite there yet.
Well, you never know with AI, these days.
That is fantastic. Well, so I was wondering, is this something that insurance usually covers? Is it out of pocket? I know some people told me it can be somewhat expensive.
It depends. There are some insurance companies that do cover it, and we do accept insurance. Most of the time, it's not covered by Medicare, so it depends on if you have a supplement plan. Most of the time, it is out of pocket. We do have hearing aids at all different ranges. It just depends on the technology level. The most important thing is, first of all, getting your ears checked. Find out, is this something that I need? Is this something that I need now, or do I come back in a year, 2 years? Is it just earwax? So finding that out is really the first step, and not being afraid of that. People are afraid of hearing, I don't want to have hearing loss. I don't want people to think I'm old. Hearing aids are going to make me look old. But really, not wearing the hearing aids and missing out on conversations and answering questions wrong, actually, I think is worse than not having the hearing aids.
So you talked about you have this whole care plan and different things. So how often, once you get someone set up with their hearing aid, how often do you have them come back and visit with you and make sure things are going smoothly?
In the first couple of months, they're coming every 1 to 2 weeks. And after that, they're returning about every 4 months and then doing an annual test just to make sure the hearing aids are clean, their ears are clean. Is there anything else we can do to help you improve your lifestyle?
Awesome.
Perfect. Sadly, we're coming up on the end of our show here, so I don't want to leave without giving you the opportunity to mention your contact information one more time.
Yes. So you can reach us at 435-258-6511, or you can go online, www.thehouseofhearing.com. I've been treating patients, like I said, over 30 years, and I absolutely love connecting people back with their families. So I would love to help anybody any way that I can.
Perfect. Thank you for coming in and educating us on hearing and the precautions and anything we can do to have our hearing be better than it maybe is right now. This is the Senior Moment Show. We are at the end of our show. We hope you tune in again next week.